Hey, it's Doug. Today I want to talk with you about a rather common conversation I'm having with clients, and one in particular that she's stressed to the point of sickness. She's been working so hard in her practice. It's just her and her husband. Her name is Betty, and name has been changed to protect client confidentiality. And she's running a family practice, and she really cares desperately about her clients. And she's been going 7 days a week. I've been working with her, trying to manage overwhelm and to kind of get control of things so that she can kind of get a life back. And then earlier this week, she called me because she was pretty frantic. She said, I had this court hearing coming up, and it was really important, and I was so sick. I couldn't go, and I had to cancel it, and I feel terrible, and what am I going to do? And I felt bad for her, and you know, as of right now, we don't think it's COVID, but you know, today you can get sick and not have COVID. She's run down, burnt out, worn out, and then her body and her mind just couldn't do it, so she had to postpone the hearing, and she felt terrible. And this is happening more and more. I mean, our lives were stressful enough before March 15th or whenever COVID started. And then we got, you know, through the middle of it, and we kind of had some hope that it was going to get better. And now who the heck knows what's going to happen with it? And we've been stressed and worried so long that we get ourselves to the point that we're so run down, we can't take care of ourselves, never mind our clients, and we physically get sick. And so what do we do when that happens? You know, besides seeking medical attention. But if our brain is still busy going and going and going, and we feel terrible about the fact that, you know, we're sick, it's not going to allow us to get the rest we need to get better. So I want to share with you what I told her, some things that she could do, and like a big principle that I offer to you in service, because if it was important before, it's more important now. When you're at the point of being physically sick and run down, or worse yet, being so sick you can't get to court, that's your body telling you something. Your body's telling you that I need to rest. I need to stop. So you need to focus on getting better. Now, I get it. If you're in your own business and your own practice, you can't, you know, everything just can't stop because you're sick. Or can it? Because at some point, if you get so sick, you're not able to do your work, everything's gonna stop. You're gonna let everybody down that's relying on you, including yourself, because you'll run yourself so ragged that you can't even be there at all. So you need to take some steps before you get to that point. So what I told Betty was, first, look at your calendar for the week and decide what absolutely positively has to get done. Not the stuff you think you should do, or the stuff that you think you ought to do, or the stuff you're not getting to, but what absolutely positively has to be done. Then ask yourself, why is that? Why does it absolutely positively have to be done? An example we talked about was a client was coming in and a complaint had to be filed in a family matter. And she said, I've been waiting and waiting. I've got to get it filed today. I said, why? I get that you want to. I'm not disrespecting the fact that you want to do it, but why is it absolutely essential? Well, she said, well, it's not that much effort. I can get it off my plate. Fine. Look at your list of things to do. Look several days out and say, what absolutely positively has to be done? And then ask yourself, why does it have to be done right now? And do I have to be the person to do it? This is the time you really have to focus on what's absolutely essential. And if that means that you need to get in touch with a judge or opposing counsel because you're physically sick, then you have to do that. Because what I told her was, even if she went to court, would she really have been able to do the job that she knew she had to do for that client? And the answer was, well, I think so. So when you ask a question like why, don't take the first answer. Well, because it's been a long time. Ask why again. Why is that? And then be like a 3-year-old. Why is that? And why is that? And when you do it 5 times, ask why 5 times, then you're starting to get to the root of the matter. The work will still be there. You have to still be there. You have to take care of yourself, because when you don't take care of yourself, you can't do the work, the important work that you were put here to do. You can't take care of yourself. You can't take care of your clients. And we need to bust this culture of lawyers putting ourselves last and trying to martyr ourselves that, well, I'm tougher than the average bear. I'm going to prove to the world that I don't get sick, and that's just silly. When you take care of yourself, then you'll get better and you'll be able to show up. And by the way, you may be at the point that your sickness, maybe it isn't a sore throat or a headache or a fever. Maybe it's something that you need to get some help with about your anxiety. Maybe it's your stress. Maybe it's panic attacks. Maybe your mind races so much that you can't sleep at all. You can't tough these things out. Some of these things are actual medical conditions. If you've got a problem going on in your head, and it's been going on for a while, don't assume that it's a defect in yourself. Don't assume that it's a defect in yourself. My phone is ringing while I'm doing live, so I'm going to decline that. I'll call you back later. Don't assume that it is a defect in yourself. Talk to your medical professional, describe what's going on, and be open to getting that kind of help. Because if your client came to you with that same situation, that's probably the advice you would give them. So remember, this is an extraordinarily stressful time that even the most together people are losing it because of COVID. It causes us to be much more stressed than we ever would be. So be a little bit patient with yourself. Seek help and give yourself time to rest. And by rest, I don't mean I'll work from home today, because everybody works from home now. What I mean is actually stop. Allow your brain to go into recovery mode. That's one of the keys. So care for yourself and you'll be better able to care for other people. Bye for now.